Hello everyone, welcome to the microcontroller lab. So the subject code is 18ECL47. So in this video we will discuss the introduction to the assembly programming. I think I have already discussed about that in the classes, and also we'll discuss the structure of assembly programming and some of the addressing modes of 8051, and also some of the examples for some different addressing modes. So firstly, let me start with, basically we're going to discuss about the introduction to assembly programming first. So basically the 8051 can perform its operations or tasks based on what kind of instruction that we have given to it, right? So the kind of instructions or the operations that it has to perform is based on what we will going to give it to it. So to give the instruction to microcontroller, so we have a different ways. That means based on the writing the programs or some code or line of codes, we can give the instruction to microcontroller to perform some particular task. So based on that, either we can give instructions using machine level language, that is basically stored using zeros and ones, but obviously it is very difficult to remember, or we can use, or simply we can use the assembly level programming, right? So it is also called as a low level program. It is basically uses an assembler to convert your assembly program into, or the instructions into, machine level language. Fine. Or we can use the high level language like C or C++, but only the difference between assembly language and high level language that like C or C++ is, so you can write the instructions using assembly code or C or C++, but the difference between assembly program and the C program is, assembly language, if you are using an assembly language to develop a microcontroller or to tell the instructions to microcontroller, you must know the detailed knowledge of the microcontroller. That means what kind of hardware it has, what kind of registers it uses, right? S2 registers ಇದೆ, and how much register that you use, ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ ಥರ ರೆಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಇನ್ಸರ್ಟ್ ದ ಸಿ ಪಿ ಯು ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ ಥರ ರೆಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ, right? What is the capability of registers, and what is the capable of data movement, ಎಷ್ಟು data transfer ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, what is the frequency, everything he must know, because he writes the codes using the hardware itself, hardware structure itself. So but if you are using C programming, so you don't have to know about complete details of the hardware, because the compiler that we're going to use in order to convert your C program into machine level language, it will going to take care of all these things. So irrespective of the hardware, even though if you don't know the much details about the hardware, you can easily write the code. So that is the advantage of C programming. But if you are using assembly language, you must know the complete structure of the hardware. Fine. And most of the time, even the assembly language instruction is also called as low level language only, because one must know the complete details of the hardware. Okay, so this is one simple way of predicting or the assembly language as well as high level language like C or C++. Here, the whatever the code you will going to write, so you can see here whatever the code you will going to write, so that will be converted into low level language. It is also called as objective language code, or also called as op code or operational code anta kuda kariತೀವಿ. So operational code or op code in the sense, so what kind of operation the microcontroller has to perform. You are telling the microcontroller to perform some kind of operations, right? That is nothing but the op code or operation code, and it is also called as object code anta kuda kariತೀವಿ. So ಹೇಗೆ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ using an assembler. If you are using an assembly language, using an assembler, you can convert your program into opcodes, fine, or the low level language or a machine level language. Or if you are using the C language to write a program, here you can see, right? So see, here you can see you can write a C programming here using the compiler. Using the compiler, it will convert into low level language or machine level language. Fine. So this is, if you're using a compiler, you can use, so if you're using a C programming, compiler will convert your program into a machine level language. Fine. So basically the complete. So the complete your inside your microcontroller, basically the operations that happens is almost the most of the operations are moving the data from one location to another. That means if you might have observed, so ನಾನು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಹೇಳಿರ್ತೀನಿ, most of the time your data will move from one location to other location. So most of the operations that happens, so ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಲೊಕೇಶನ್ ಇಂದ ಡೇಟಾ ತಗೊಂತೀರಾ, you will be moved to some other locations. In between that you may perform some operations like add or subtract or move or divide likewise. So inside the CPU it may happen, but even though in that operations you may be moving most of the application, most of the data from one location to other locations only. So that's why most of the instructions that is designed for 8051 are deals with moving the data from one location to other location. Fine. So that's why, so how do we deal with this? So ಹೇಗೆ ಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಫ್ರಮ್ ಒನ್ ಲೊಕೇಶನ್ ಇಂದ ಅದರ್ ಲೊಕೇಶನ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಡೇಟಾನ ಹೇಗೆ ಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಹೌ ಟು ಡೂ ಹೌ ಟು ಮೂವ್ ದ ಡೇಟಾ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಒನ್ ಲೊಕೇಶನ್ ಟು ಅನದರ್ ಲೊಕೇಶನ್. So for that, because the location may be different types, so you may be dealing with some registers. Locations may be registers, or locations may be memory, or locations may be some pointers like DPTR, program counter. Locations may be some stack pointers, or locations may be some general memory locations. So because of this the data source is different, right? So how to address these locations, or how to address this type of memory locations or addressing types, right? So based on that we use something called as addressing modes. Okay, so addressing modes defines how or the way in which the source and destination address locations or addresses are specified or operated. So ಹೇಗೆ ಆಪರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅದನ್ನ, right? So what kind of addressing modes you are using, right? So that is what we call as addressing modes. So you can see the way in which the data source and destination addresses are specified, which actually defines or which actually tells how to move the data from source to destination. Okay, so that is what we call as addressing modes. Fine. So here the addressing modes or addressing types are different. So as I said already, ನಿಮಗೆ ಮೆಮೊರಿಯಿಂದ ತಗೊಂತಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಅಥವಾ you can use the data from different locations or different registers are it. Fine. So that is what I said. So inside your microcontroller the data will be stored always as 8-bit data, right? Like this. So from 8 D0 to D7, from least significant bit to most significant bit. Okay, so it's always stores the data as 8-bit value. Fine. If it is byte locations, the data will be stored as complete 1 byte. If it is bit locations, bit addressable locations, the data will be stored as bits like this, D0, D1, D2. That means each bit has got its own address. That is bit addressable locations. So your data may be different address locations. So address na hege move ಮಾಡಬೇಕು from one location to other locations, how to operate those addresses, right? Based on different locations, different types of addresses. So this addressing modes are used because data ನಿಮಗೆ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಕಡೆ ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು. ಲೈಸ್ ಸೆಟ್ ನಿಮ್ಮ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಅಥವಾ ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಮೇ ಬಿ ಸ್ಟೋರ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ ಮೆಮೊರಿ ಲೊಕೇಶನ್ಸ್, ಸಮ್ ಇಂಟರ್ನಲ್ ಮೆಮೊರಿ ಲೊಕೇಶನ್ ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಅಥವಾ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟರ್ನಲ್ ಮೆಮೊರಿ ಲೊಕೇಶನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಆರ್ ಸಮ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟರ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಆಸ್ ಅ ಸೆಟ್ DPTR ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಅಥವಾ ಸಮ್ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಲೊಕೇಶನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಆನ್ ದಟ್ ಹೌ ಟು ಆಪರೇಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಲೊಕೇಶನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಡೇಟಾ ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ಸ್ಟೋರ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ ಡಿಫರೆಂಟ್ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಲೊಕೇಶನ್ಸ್, right, for moving data from source to destination. That is deal with addressing modes. So 8051 has got different addressing modes which deals with, so they tells so how to operate on the data which is stored in different address types. Okay, so for that, so which are so some of the registers which is used or widely used by the microcontroller are this. So A, B, I think I have already told you this. So register A and B, these registers are associated with CPU, and these registers R0, R1 to R7, these registers are associated with internal RAM, right? And also so some of the 16-bit registers which are most widely used in the microcontroller operations is DPTR, data pointer, right, which is divided as a low byte and high byte. So data pointer high byte and low byte, DPH and DPL. and also the program counter. So all these registers are only 8-bit registers. So remember, all these registers are 8-bit registers which stores the data like this. Fine. Whereas these two registers are 16-bit registers which stores the value of 16-bit value. Okay, fine. So how to move the data which is stored in different types of addresses or different types of address locations? So that is defined by the addressing modes. Okay, fine. So because we are using assembly structure, assembly programming or assembly language to tell the microcontroller to what to do, right? So we have to see the what kind of structure the assembly language has. Basically, the structure of assembly language starts with the label. Okay, so the label used to refer to a line of code by the name. That means you might have writing some lines of codes, ಒಂದು 10,000 lines of codes na ಬರ್ದಿರ್ತೀರಾ. So now you are executing at, so say for example at the location, sorry, at the line 20th line you are executing. Now that instructions tells you have to jump to some 900th line of location. ಆ ಲೈನ್ಗೆ ಜಂಪ್ ಆಗಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳುತ್ತೆ. So in that location, so you have to mention that line of code. So in which location that line is referred to, right? So in that time you will going to use something called as label. So label refers to the line of code by some name. You can give any name to the load. So here or jump likewise. So that is actually defines the line of a line of code by its name. Okay, so that is used as a or refers to as a label. Okay, so as we write the codes you can see that. So then it comes with mnemonic. This is a very important, this is the heart of the assembly language. So mnemonic refers to basically the instruction. This is the instruction that actually tells the microcontroller what to do, right? This gives the instruction to the microcontroller, right? We will see, as I said, move or add or subtract or sub or divide, likewise, or compare or jump, right? So the mnemonic is actually the instruction that actually tells the microcontroller what to do. Okay, next comes the operands. Operands are the type of the data that we are operating on. So ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ತರ ಡೇಟಾಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ವಾ, as I said, they may be located in memories or may be located in registers. So based on that, so these are the types of the data or the types of the addresses that we are operating on, right? Based on ಈ ಎರಡನ್ನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡೆ we will going to operate on the data, fine, based on the instruction. So in general operands will not work on alone, or mnemonic will not work alone, right? So by combining these two, both operands and mnemonic, the instruction will be executed. Okay, mnemonic is the instruction that operates on the operands. ಈ operands ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಡೇಟಾ ಟೈಪ್ಸ್ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ದಿಸ್ ನ್ಯೂಮೋನಿಕ್ ವಿಲ್ ಆಪರೇಟ್, ರೈಟ್? ನ್ಯೂಮೋನಿಕ್ನ ನಾವು ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಆಪ್ ಕೋಡ್ ಅಂತ ಕೂಡ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, ಆರ್ ಆಪರೇಷನಲ್ ಕೋಡ್ ಅಂತ ಕೂಡ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ವಿ ಕಾಲ್ ದೆಮ್ ಆಸ್ mnemonic as well as operation code. Okay, so these will operate on the operands, okay, or the data types or the types of the data. So that's why they are called as operands. Then last it comes with the comment. So comment deals with the describe or the type of the program. So programmally instructions ಏನೇನು ಹೇಳುತ್ತೆ, what is the instruction is telling to the instruction, what happens after every instructions, okay, and what is that particular instruction is telling to the microcontroller. So that is the description comes with the comment. So most of the developers don't believe in comments, but some of the professional controller developers or program developers, they usually mention the comments which describes the type of the instruction or the program. Okay, so it is just a structure of the assembly language. It is very very important. So for every program the structure goes like this. You will have the label, you will have the mnemonic, you will have the operands, and you will have the comment. Okay, some of the example we shall see that. So this is the one instruction or the structure of assembly program. So the program instruction would be looks like this. So you will have the mnemonic. Move is the mnemonic, as I said already. This is the mnemonic. These are the operands, fine. These are the two operands. This is the comment. Okay, remember the comment always start with the uh, semicolon. Okay, so always start with semicolon. If you have written a semicolon, means the after this semicolon whatever you write, it becomes the comment. Okay, so move is basically the instructions which used to copy the data from source to destination. Okay, so here if you see, so this is always the destination. The first is which is written here, it is always the destination, and this is the source. Okay, so move is the mnemonic or the operation code or op code which tells the microcontroller to what to do. Move is the instruction which tells the controller to copy the data from source to destination. Okay, so 55 is the data which is stored in the destination. Here 55 itself is the source, okay, which is stored in the source. So from source to destination the data will be copied. Okay, remember the data will be copied, not moved. Move in the sense you're completely moving the data from source to destination. Okay, ನೀವು source ಇಂದ ಕಿತ್ತು ತಗೊಂಡೋಗಿ destination ಅಲ್ಲಿ copy ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ, fine, paste ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ. So here it is not like that. Okay, so move instruction that actually tells the computer to copy the data, controller to copy the data from source to destination. And remember, in the operands, the first operand is always the destination and the second is always the source. Okay, see the load the value 55H into the register A. Fine, so this is the comment. So every instruction will goes like this. Some other important instructions like something like this. Here see the data type or the addressing types is A is the register and 55 is the value, immediate value, right? So here in this case, in this instruction both are registers only. So right, the operands are both are registers only. Here the data as well as the value as well as register. Likewise, different addressing types will define how to move the data from source to destination. So those what we called as addressing modes. Fine. So here in this case again, this 50H is the address location. Right? This is the address location now. This is stored in the memory. Now I am accessing to memory. Right? This is the register. Right? Now copy the contents of A into R1. Sorry. So this I have not written properly. This is some wrong thing. So the content, copy the content of 50H into the register R1. Likewise, this is the structure of the assembly language. Fine. So the label will be moved something here. You will write here. So let's say the label is here. Something like this. Label is here means if you have something somewhere, if I written here something like this, say here jump here. If you have something like this, jump. If I've written a code something like this, jump to the label. So jump, if I've written the label here, so it will come to here. So see, here is the label which is mentioning the line of the code this. ಈ ಲೈನ್ ಕೋಡ್ ನ ಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ನಾನು ಎಲ್ಲಾದರೂ ಹಿಯರ್ ಅಂತ ಲೇಬಲ್ ಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಕೋಡ್, ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಜಂಪ್ ಟು ದಿಸ್ ಲೊಕೇಶನ್. Fine, that is why the label is important. So this is the structure of assembly language. Fine. Now we will see the different operational codes, sorry, the different addressing modes of 8051. These are the addressing modes of 8051. Fine. So starting with, so where we have around 10 addressing modes which deals with different addressing modes of 8051. Here the operands are different, just that. So here as I said already, see here the operands that we have written, it is different for different addressing modes. Fine. So immediate addressing modes will have different types of operands. In register addressing modes will have different types of operands. Likewise, for different operands types, the addressing modes also will go to differ. So we have 10 types of addressing modes: immediate, register, direct, indirect, relative, absolute, long, indexed, bit inherent, and bit direct addressing modes. So now in this class, so we will discuss only the first two types of addressing modes: immediate addressing modes as well as register addressing mode. Okay, so immediate addressing mode. So in this addressing mode, the data is provided as a part of instruction itself. That means here the source field itself is the part of the instruction. So in other words, data will immediately follow the instruction. Okay, so that means what? Here is the source is the immediate value. The source that we're going to return is the immediate value. It does so it it defines nothing. So if I'm return say move a comma 30h, fine, this source is always the immediate value. Fine, this is nothing but this a number. 30 is the hexadecimal number. Fine, so move a comma as 30h defines copy the value 30h into the register a. That's it. Fine, directly I'm mentioning. Fine, any value that start with this hash means that this is data is the immediate. So na direct agi ಆ value na copy ಮಾಡಬೇಕು to the destination ಗೆ ಆ value na direct agi copy ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. Fine, so that is the meaning of immediate addressing. That means source is nothing but the value. For source is nothing, or the value is nothing but the source address. Address ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅದು nothing but direct value. Right? So you have to move that value into the location or the destination address. Here the destination is A. Fine. So this hash value defines that you have to move the data, or you have to move that data into the address location in the destination. So if I say hash 30 means the 30h has to be moved to register location or register A. Fine. It is nothing but the accumulator. Right. Likewise, we have one more instruction, that is add a comma hash 83. Add is the instruction which adds the data which is stored in register A and 83. Fine. So I am mentioning the source as immediate value. That's it. Fine. So if I have written anywhere the address something like this, or if I want to move some value, some numbers into any registers, then I can use this addressing mode. Fine. Now I want to move some 40h into location or the register R2. R2 ಗೆ ನಾನು I want to move the value 40h. So this is immediate value, immediate number. So ಅದನ್ನು ನಾನು ಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ I can use this addressing mode. Okay, let us check that. So let us execute this program. I'll just write that. Okay, so all the programs or the assembly programs start with org. Okay, org is the assembler directive. Okay, so remember, org refers to the assembler directive, which tells from where your program should start, or from where your program should be saved and should be started. Okay, so org is always start with 00h because your memory start from 00h. So that's why your program will always start from 00h. Okay, so org is the assembler directive. Remember, org is the assembler directive which tells from where the program has to start. Okay, so some assemblers will also use .org. So like this. Fine, some assemblers will also use the .org. Also, we can also use this, but based on the assembler. Right here, the Keil software uses org directly. So some assemblers also use something .org also. This is the start of the program, and let me write that program. Let's say move a comma hash 30h. Fine. This is the immediate addressing mode because I want to move the immediate value 30h into the register A. Let us write another program. So let us move R1, register R1 comma hash 40h. Fine. This is another instruction which tells move the immediate value 40h into address location R1. Okay, let us close the program. So to close the program, or to end the program, the directive is end. Okay, so this is the another 8051 or assembler directive, which tells from where your program has to end. So to end the program, we write this fine. Okay, fine. So org is the assembler directive which tells from where the program has to start executing. Then these are the immediate address mode and end the program. So let us execute this program. Okay, let's save this and I'll build this program. Fine. Okay, how to build? This is the icon to build, or you can go to uh, project. Here you can also build the target, and both are okay because we already discussed this. Now once you build the program, my program has got no errors. Here you can see there are no errors. Now I'll come here, I'll come to debug, I'll select start or stop debug. Now once I write that, so it will ask for evaluation mode running with code size. This code size limit is 2 kilobytes only. Fine, that is the meaning of this. Click OK. So program is now executing. Now we have come to debug sessions. So now I'll select this. Fine. So what is my instruction is telling? The move a comma 30h means you have to move the value 30h into the address or the register A. Now I have the register address A, B, all these registers here only. These are the main register that we are using. Okay, I already held L1, so these are the addresses we are using. Right. So let us execute the program. Let us execute the first instruction. See, when I execute, see the value 30h is moved to the register A. Right, this is the immediate addressing mode. Now I execute one more. Move R1 comma 40h. 40 is the immediate address value, right? 40h is the immediate address, so immediate value number that has moved to register R1. Register R1 ಗೆ ನಾನು value na move ಮಾಡಿದೆ. So this is immediate addressing mode. Okay, fine. So I hope you understood this. Likewise, so if I move the immediate value or the number to any register or any other allocations, it is called as immediate addressing mode. Okay, nice. The destination is always registered and source is always an immediate value. Likewise, the next addressing mode is register addressing mode. Here in this case, the source is always a register, means the data will be stored in the register. If you observe here, see, in this addressing mode, the register will hold the data. So data na register hold ಮಾಡಿರುತ್ತೆ. Fine. You can use any one of the 8 registers which is available. So R0 to R7 ನಮಗೆ 8 registers ಇದೆ. So ಯಾವುದೇ registers ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ data can be stored, right? So that is can be used by any specified as a operand. So ನಮಗೆ register ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ ಆಗಿರಬಹುದು. So the data will be held by the register. So if you move the data from register to register, which is stored in any one of the register from R0 to R7, then it is called as register addressing. That means source is always the register. So ಇದ್ರೊಳಗೆ ಏನು data store ಆಗಿದೆ, whatever the data that is stored inside the register, that will be moved to another register. So simple example is this: move a comma R0 means the data stored in R0 will be moved to the data stored in R0 will be moved to register A. Likewise, the data stored in R0, so R6 will be added with the data stored in register A. That is the add instruction that performs. Okay, so we will see this very simple. So register addressing mode is, so the data stored in the register will be moved to another register. So always the register will hold the data, means the source will always holds the data and the source will always the register. Okay, so let us see that. Fine. So by default we use the register bank 0 only. Bank 0 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವಂತ registers from R0 to R7 ನೇ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತೀವಿ. If you want to use some other banks, you have to go to PSW. ನಾವು already discuss ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ in the theory. So you have to use the some other address locations. Okay, so how do we do it? Let us see that also. Okay, now in this program, okay, now let's see this. So in this program, now I've already stored the data in register R1. Okay, now let me write a simple program behind this only, below this only. Let me write. So move. Okay, first before that, first I have to stop the debugging, which isn't debugging. First let me stop the debug. Before you write the code, before you alter the code, you have to stop the debugging section first. So let me rewrite this code now. Some add instructions for register addressing mode. I'll write move a comma r2. Let's say r1. Okay. Again I'll move a comma r2. Fine. So if you observe, in R2 there is no data. So ನಾನು R2 ಗೆ ನಾನು ಯಾವುದೇ ಡೇಟಾ ಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ, right? But R2 ಅಲ್ಲಿ by default 00 value ಇರುತ್ತೆ. Fine. So if you want to move the data from R2 to A means R2 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ 0 values ಇರುತ್ತೆ, that will be moved to A. Fine. This is the register addressing modes. The source will always the register, means the data hold by always the hold by the register. Okay. So let us execute this program. Let me save. Then you have to build, go to project, then build target. Okay, now I have got no errors. Now I'll go to debug. Here I'll select stop debug, click OK. Now if you observe, in registers by default, in all the registers only the value, by default value will be 00 only. Now let me execute step by step. Now move a comma 30h is hold the data 30h. Now using immediate addressing mode I have moved the value 30h to register A. Now in the next instruction move r1 comma 40h, the value immediate value 40h has moved to r1. Copy agide alva, it has copied to r1. Now execute the next instruction, register addressing mode. ಇಲ್ಲಿ register addressing mode ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗ್ತಿದೆ, move a comma r1. r1 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ಡೇಟಾ ಇತ್ತು that has to be moved to register A. That means that has to be copied to register A. Right. Now ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಇದೆ r1 ಅಲ್ಲಿ, we have value 40h. ಅದು register A ಗೆ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗಬೇಕಿತ್ತು, right? ಮೂವ್ ಆಗಿದೆಯಾ? Yes, it has been moved to register A. Fine. This is the register addressing mode. Again let's use, if you execute next, now what happens, move a comma r2. r2 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಇದೆ 00 ಇತ್ತು. Now I have moved, copied the value 00 to register A. See, the register A is 0 now. Fine. So this is the register addressing mode. Okay, so these are the two addressing modes which you should learn. Okay, I hope you're clear with this. Okay, I'll just repeat once again. Immediate addressing modes with, so the source is always the immediate value or immediate number. Okay, so any data that starts with the hash, the value hash, so then that means that the value is immediate. So you have to move that value into the any destination address. Okay, so in register addressing mode, the source data will always hold by the or held by the register, any one of the registers from 8 registers from R0 to R7. Okay, if you want to use register addressing modes, you have to use the source, the destination is always the register A. So you have to move the data from R0 to some registers, some register A. So from A to, you have to move to any other registers. Okay, so this happens between the register to register. That means source to destination will be the registers. Okay, I hope you clear with this. So now, so using this, so we shall see the syllabus for your lab. Okay, so the lab start with part A, has got two parts, part A and part B. Okay, in part A we have assembly simulation programs, start with simple data transfer techniques that I have discussed just now, and some arithmetic instructions like add, subtract, or multiply likewise. Then some Boolean algebra logical instructions, then count some counter programs, then some code conversion programs, then some delay programs, how to generate the delay for serial port communications. Fine. So in part B, we have hardware interfacing programs. Fine. So as we go on to part B, so we shall discuss there. Okay, we have 6 interfacing programs for part B. Okay, fine. Now, just for your understanding, just we have discussed. Fine. So let us try some mm, practicing programs. Here we have some code something like this. Fine. So write a sequence of instructions to move the following numbers, that is 12, 14, 78H and 9FH, and also some binary code and 10B and 100 and 7CH using immediate addressing modes. Okay. So immediate addressing modes andre ಏನು, it is the source is always start with hash value. That means you have to move that value to corresponding destination. Fine. So let us write this code. I'll just show you this code. So you have to execute and see the results. So ನೀವು execute ಮಾಡಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ you have to see the results. Okay. So or if you don't understand, in the next video I'll upload this code. Sorry, how to deal with this code. I'll just copy this now, for instance. Okay. So let me stop this debugging. Let me copy this code. Okay. Copy this code and execute this. Okay. Fine. This is my code. Fine. So I'll just save this. Then I'll go to debug. Sorry, project. Then build target. Fine. I've got no errors. Fine. So now I'll go to debug. I'll start the fine to verify step by step code. Now we can see the first instruction is move R0 comma R2. Fine. So if I write that, so because I have not mentioned H, fine, the corresponding hexadecimal value will move to R0. So remember, if you don't mention H here, that means that is the decimal value. So your assembler will convert, the assembler will convert that value into hexadecimal value, equivalent hexadecimal value ಗೆ ಅದೇ convert ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ. Or if you want to move 12H itself, you have to specify it as 12H. Otherwise, ಈ ತರ ಡೆಸಿಮಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೆದಿದ್ರೆ it will convert into hexadecimal and it will move to the corresponding destination. Here you can see 12 ಅಂದ್ರೆ it is equivalent hexadecimal value is 0C. 0C is moved to R0. Okay. ಅದೇ ತರ next ನಾನು ಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ H ಅಂತ. So the value 14 will be converted into hexadecimal. That will be moved to R1. Equivalent hexadecimal value is 0E. ಅದನ್ನ ಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ. Next R2, 78H. 78 is moved to R2. Then 9FH is moved to R3. Then this R4. Right? See, this is the binary value. You can mention in binary or decimal anything, but ultimately that will be converted into hexadecimal value. The hexadecimal value of this is 2A. That is moved to R4. Then 10B. 10 is a binary value. 10 is binary value. 10 is nothing but 2. 2 is moved to R5. Likewise, 7CH is moved to R6. Sorry, 100. So 100 is 100 is the binary, decimal value, because I have not mentioned anything. It is a decimal value that is converted into hexadecimal value. Fine. It is 64S is moved to R6. Likewise, 7CH is moved to R7. Okay. This is the simple program to move some block of data, say 12, 14, 78H to different registers using immediate addressing mode. Okay. This is the immediate addressing mode. Okay. Likewise, I have example for using register mode also, right? So I have a example for this. So using this same thing, you have to write your program in the Keil Pro software and verify the results. Okay, so then in the next lab we will discuss the uh, any problems if you are associated with, so we will discuss that problems. Okay, hope you understood this. Fine, you can write each code, each instruction like this, and you have to verify this code. Okay, hope you understood this. If you got any doubts, you can